to that Nicole Murphy had relations with your ex-husband. Were you two friends?
Birthday parties. I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing? She said, yes. That's Eddie Murphy's wife. She said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say I think she was still married. They were still married. And I was like, no, And so, when your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school, And she was right.
Nicole Murphy, you're disgusting. You sat on that couch and you laughed. It ain't no moment. It's a mess. You wrong for that. You the type of women that let these men be evil. They gotta have some help. And women like you are that type of...
Whoa, y'all. Let's unpack this drama because it's too wild to ignore. There haven't been many times we've had to talk about Lisa Raye McCoy, but when she called out Nicole Murphy for messing with her ex-husband. Iconic. Let's dive in. Lisa Raye and Nicole were supposedly good friends until Nicole decided to cozy up to Lisa Raye's ex-husband, Michael Missick, in Lisa Raye's own house. The betrayal was real, and ever since Lisa Raye found out, she's been publicly dragging Nicole for what she calls narcissistic and shady behavior. And honestly, Lisa Raye has made it clear she thinks Nicole is a homewrecker, no question about it. But here's the kicker. Nicole doesn't seem to feel any remorse. None. Zip. Can you believe that? It's wild how she's been skating by without more backlash for her actions. Ever since her divorce from Eddie Murphy, Nicole's been out here making waves, and not the good kind. Y'all remember how she got scammed out of $10 million by her friend Tony Stratos? That was a chunk of her $15 million divorce settlement, which, let's be real, was pennies compared to Eddie's net worth. Keep in mind, this woman had 5 kids with Eddie. But I digress. When the money started drying up and the child support payments were slowing down as her kids approached 18, Nicole apparently decided to hustle her way back to the luxe lifestyle she was used to. Nothing wrong with wanting to secure the bag, but things took a shady turn when she started targeting men married to her friends. After the Michael Missick scandal, Nicole didn't slow down. She popped back up, brushing off the backlash, only to get caught again, this time locking lips with Antoine Fuqua, who was very much married to Lela Rochon. And she had the audacity to do it in public, rocking a bikini no less. The Antoine situation turned into a PR nightmare. Nicole tried to play it off, claiming they were just family friends exchanging an innocent hello. Really? Word on the street is that even Eddie Murphy was fed up with all the bad press and told her to publicly apologize. Sure enough, Nicole came out with a weak apology that didn't really convince anyone. Phew, what a mess. Nicole's been out here dodging accountability left and right, but it's hard to ignore the pattern. Thoughts?
I know. Trust me, Wendy. Trust me. I wish it didn't happen.
Okay. Repeat where this happened.
Well, I think it was a moment where I should have thought more through the situation, made better judgments, So it's something that I apologize for. What happened was there was a statement that was released. I did not put out that statement. I was actually on the airplane, and I was coming back from Europe.
They were in Italy at a film festival.
Yes.
And allegedly...
But I was out there for business.
Okay.
There was some designers out there as well, so I was dealing with that.
Okay.
There was familiar faces out there, and it happened.
Where did this happen?
I was in Italy.
No, I mean, where did that happen right there? Because you all looked like you just woke up in the morning.
No, we did not.
Your body looks
First
phenomenal.
of all, I was at the pool.
Okay.
We're on a different time zone. I was having a hard time staying awake. I was drinking an espresso. That's it.
Okay, and you leaned in.
It was a moment that should not have happened. I regret it, and I apologize for it. And I'm a human being. It was a mistake.
Let's be real. Nobody just accidentally starts kissing a married man. That's not a slip-up. That's a choice. Nobody's buying what she's trying to sell.
I was hearing from my sources that she had called the paparazzi to take the pictures of her.
That's what I thought anyway.
And that this is not the first time she's done it. And that the reason why she's doing it is because she, in fact, actually does want to be with him.
Of course.
And she, in fact, if they're kissing like that, you know they f***ing.
What are the odds that these two black people would be in Italy and run into each other if they did not leave America to go to Italy together?
And what are the odds that paparazzi does not check in for either one of them is going to find them in some remote place in Italy to take pictures?
The foreign paparazzi. Hey, isn't that this director who we don't ever see and Nicole Murphy who we don't ever see?
Right.
Oh yeah, let's take their picture right now while they're kissing.
Exactly. And let them kiss multiple times to make sure that the paparazzi gets it.
Throughout the day.
Throughout
2
the
days. In the robes.
Right.
In the swimwear.
In your robes.
Like they're just waiting for y'all.
So that's what I was hearing, and that's what I didn't report because I was trying to be like, that's my girl. And in Love Muffins, if you don't believe that, go back to a couple of podcasts ago, or maybe more than a couple, like 8 podcasts ago, when I was talking about this. You were going in on her.
I was.
And I was pumping the brakes.
You were.
I was like, no, I was doing that. I was just, I'm just reaching for everything, trying to not.
I'm like, that hussy.
Yeah. Not to really expose her for being the lying scallywag that she is.
What I call her, a Jezebel.
She's a Jezebel, but she's a scallywag.
Nicole had an affair with Michael Missick while he was married to Lisa Raye, and the crazy part? She and Lisa Raye were close friends. Nicole was even at their wedding. Nicole moves like a snake in tall grass, so of course, she denied ever being with Lisa Raye's husband. But Lisa Raye didn't back down, repeatedly confirming that Nicole did, in fact, have an affair with her ex. Even Debrat, Lisa Raye's little sister, backed her.
Let's talk face to face and let's get it out. But here's the thing. I sat with her a couple of months ago, longer than a couple of months ago, about 6 months ago. And
This was after the alleged affair?
Before.
Okay.
And I said, let's talk about it because I waited a very long time for you and I to get like this right here, face to face, you know? And
No, she's talking about Nicole, not me.
Right.
Really relax.
And we had a good conversation because she said to me, you know what? We're two older women that look good that's in the business. I hate this. And I do too, because I hate when we can't bridge the gap between women. You know, we should not be in that position.
Right.
I will say this.
Lisa Raye has never wavered in her story, and she hasn't let Nicole forget what she did.
That's true, absolutely true.
So what happened exactly?
Just what you said. She messed around with my husband. Here's the thing. We've all done something that we regret. We've all made mistakes and we all have to learn from that. But when you start doing it and being messy enough to do it amongst family, how does a family kiss turn into a I'm sorry apology? Like, what do you mean? You didn't know that she was married? We all know that she was married. And that was 20 years. That's history. You don't do that amongst friends.
Right.
Because there's no loyalty.
Right.
There's no loyalty, and you got to look up, and your person that you invite into your house and you celebrating your birthdays and going to games with, you got to look up and they're in Italy with your husband.
Right.
Nicole have reportedly been close friends for years, and they travel in the same circle.
And my thing is this, plus, you know, you're not talking about it all the time. That's that friendship stuff.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Well, but listen, the whole internet's on fire about it. Even your sister, the brat, Lisa Raye McCoy, jumped in social media and said, "Girl, Nikki Murphy, you went after Leela Rashawn's husband too? Shaking my head so wrong again."
Ooh, wait, hold on.
So what's the fine print of the tea? Like, did she go after Lisa Raye's husband when she was married to the...
Absolutely. When my sister was the first lady of Turks and Caicos, absolutely.
Lisa Raye sent proof of Nicole's affair to her then boyfriend, Michael Strahan, and that seemed to be enough for them to end their engagement and go their separate ways. But Nicole isn't planning to apologize to Lisa Raye like she did with other people. Word on the street is, she's upset that Lisa Raye is still bringing up something that happened over 15 years ago and is now tarnishing her image. According to Nicole, she wasn't the only one of Lisa Raye's friends that Michael was sleeping with and financially supporting, but for some reason, Lisa Raye has a lot more energy and venom aimed at her than anyone else involved.
That Nicole Murphy had relations with your ex-husband. Were you two friends?
Mm-hmm. Birthday parties. I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, you know, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing? She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's wife. She said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say I think she was still married. They were still married. And I was like, no, you know. And so, you know, when your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school, you know. And she was right.
How did you find that out?
I had checked the manifest of my plane because we owned a plane. And so when you check that list, it says all the people that have rolled on the plane. And she didn't ride on it with me, and nor did she receive an invitation from me. So if you had a girlfriend that has her own island, I would think that you would call and say, hey girl, I'm coming, because I was getting everybody to come. So why you would accept an invitation from him and you don't even know him is unbeknownst to me. I don't know how that could happen. Do you? I guess not.
I never owned a private plane or
not that part.
no, I mean, I don't know, but meaning, yes, this is too rich for me. The manifest the list, like, damn. So you saw her name on the list.
Mm-hmm. And I tried to call her. And, at first she said, no, I haven't been to Turks and Caicos. I have not been. And it was like, well, wait a minute, And then I called again, and then she stopped answering the phone. So at the time she was dating, at this time,
Michael
when
Strahan.
I found out, she was dating Michael Strahan. So I called him. And I said, hey, do you know anything about this? And, we talked or whatever. And I said, well, let me send you a tape that I have of proof, And so I did.
What tape? What was on the tape?
It was a tape of her and Michael where she was dropping Michael off at the private airport in her car. And they opened the gate and they pulled up to the plane, and she gets out and he gets out, and I go, oh, I didn't know y'all knew each other. And I'm going to leave it right there because that part is my business. The other part is someone else's business, which I've never, would speak on. But for me, that was enough. It was like, wow, I'm going to whoop your ass.
Me too.
Friends don't do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I would think an enemy would do, or somebody that I just don't know. But someone that you have to watch your girl. Where I come from, south side of Chicago, that's an ass whooping. That's an ass whooping. Period.
Nicole is still mourning the loss of her partner, Warren Braithwaite, who passed away from cancer. She doesn't have time for any drama Lisa Raye brings her way. Instead of focusing on the cheating man who broke his vows, Nicole thinks Lisa Raye is still hung up on her ex-husband and blaming others instead of accepting that their marriage just wasn't meant to be. First, it was Dwayne Martin, Tisha Campbell's ex-husband, and now it's Nicole. Lisa Raye married Michael Missick for the wealth and status of being the first lady of Turks and Caicos, while Michael wanted a successful Hollywood A-lister on his arm.
It may be
social media.
No, social media took on a mountain of its own. And like I said, listen, it said I broke up somebody's marriage, which is absolutely false. I never did that. There was a statement released by that ex-husband saying it's false. And
you're talking about when Lisa Raye got involved and said you slept with her husband.
Yes, and it's not true.
No, she talked real breezy on social media.
I know, it's not true. First of all, her husband released a statement.
That was the Turks and Caicos king.
Yes, saying it's not true.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nobody focused on that issue. No one, they just focused on
in bed with Roxy, so
it has nothing to do with me.
I'm just saying.
To boost his connections. When the marriage fell apart, Lisa Raye left him. Nicole is tired of Lisa Raye constantly dragging her and blaming her for a marriage that was doomed from the start. After Lisa Raye's viral interview, Nicole posted a message on her social media with a caption, "You can still be sexy, but keep it classy." But it wasn't just the caption. It was the song she danced to. The lyrics said, "It's some money at my table, grab a seat with me. Cost a ticket just to cover my legal fees. I don't hang with jealous bees, that's a weak disease. Run up if you broke, and in my business, then just shut up." Nicole didn't need to name names for people to know who she was talking about. In the comments, people pointed out how Nicole didn't have to say anything, just flexing was enough to show she was clapping back at Lisa Raye. But despite that, Nicole's not winning any points. People still think it was wrong for her to get involved with Lisa Raye's husband, no matter what issues she had in her own relationship with him. One commenter said, "As long as Lisa Raye is alive, Nicole Murphy will never know peace for effing her man while still being her friend, and they're not wrong." Another said, "Nicole Murphy is so gorgeous to be as diabolical as she is," while someone else questioned how Nicole could cheat with her friends' husbands after being cheated on in her own marriage. But what do you guys think? Is Lisa Raye right to keep bringing this up, Or should she let it go and move on? Let's talk about it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, Patties.